Mm-hmm. Are you my friends? Are we locked in? Then stab this way. Is it? It must be this. If I do that, it does that though. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. What's good, man? What's popping? Yeah. We bike. I told y'all around 5. What time is it? Hey, look at that. It's 5 on the dot. Look at that. Haircut. I'm chilling. I'm good now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you kindly. I appreciate it. I see y'all over there on the YouTubes too, man. Glad no CP time today. We made it right on time. Yeah. Yeah, haircut. We good. We all good now. Yeah, man. We doing just fine. I like it. Where my shirt at? It's in here. I got it on. Do you mean what you're saying? Do I mean what I'm saying? What do you mean? On the screen. Do I mean what I'm saying on the screen? Yeah. Absolutely. 100%. I mean it. Not only do I mean it, I can prove it. A lot of men don't think this way. No, they don't. Yeah, a lot of men don't think this way. I do, and I was also that man that didn't think this way. So I'm not. So yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, I definitely think this way now. I know it's not even how I think. I know it without a doubt. 100%. I know it's true. 1,000%. Should I say Julio trying to steal my prompt? Hey man, it is what it is. They throw tantrums. They do. They do. What up, JP? What type of shirt is this today? What is wrong with this shirt? Why is this shirt so triggering to you guys? Like, what is going on? This is a Biggie small shirt. Look, see the shirt? It's a Biggie small shirt. Jeepers creepers. It's revealing. Y'all in here y'all in here pearl clutching on a Friday, on a beautiful Friday. It's 150 degrees outside. Y'all clutching y'all pearls. Can I have my chesticles out a little bit? Damn. This is crazy. This is crazy. Y'all not body shaming. Uh-huh. Nah. Hold on. 90s R&B. Exactly. I'm from the 90s. Newsflash. I'm an old head. Sadly, it's facts. Men need to grow up and women want to be like the men. What? Huh? What are you talking about? How do women want to be like the men? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Got that LL. Don't call it a comeback. Yeah, man. I'm trying to figure this out. Let me see. Hold on. Do I like Henny Coladas? I would. If I drank, I would drink a Henny Colada. Oh man, I stay far away from the liquor. The liquor be having you wilding nowadays. Hey Mario, what do you mean by that? I don't know what that means. Can you explain that to me real quick? I'm curious. What does that mean that women want to be like men? I don't understand. In what way do women want to be like men? I'm very curious. We're not gonna mute Mario. We're gonna let Mario live, but I just want to see. Well, black people. that Henny Colada sound fire. The question is, will they also choose to remain single the way women are to avoid the growing? I don't know. Are women avoiding the growing by remaining single? Okay, Mario, come up when you can, man. I was just curious. Okay. I think we've had, I think we got enough people in here. 211 people, 7,900 likes. I appreciate it. Yeah, welcome. We back. I do want to talk about this. What up, Chili? I do want to talk about this. I think this is interesting for me. I haven't really had one of these types of topics in a minute, personally, but we always got to circle back until the problem is eradicated or until we see enough growth, right? So men have by far the most growing to do. Every negative behavior that women do, men do far more and are the root cause of it. I was going to just leave it at men have by far the most growing to do. Yeah. I think I worded that wrong reading it back. Anyways, neither here nor there. We get the point. So the thing that I want people to understand about this is what I'm saying is, so many times when we have these discussions and we talk about the things that men need to improve on and the things that we need to do as far, as a group, as a collective, to make the world better. Let's say, I don't want to sound too idealistic, but to make the world better. Whenever we have these discussions, they often get derailed because men like to say stuff like women do this too, women do that too. Okay. So what I'm saying is, oh wait, are you a child? Hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to invite you up, young man. I think this is a child. Are you a child? You seem like a child. Hello? Yeah, I was a child. So anyways, the thing that I'm interested in is right. J. L. Fields, come on up, brother. Very curious to hear this, what he's yapping about. And don't be scared. What up?
Hey, what's up?
Chilling.
Just hopped on quick because yesterday I have a nephew. He's 19, and I realized he's consumed a lot of this red pill men, whatever it is, the Andrew Tates and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just little remarks he would make, like whether or not, like, I put something in the sink, he'll be like, well, you're a woman, you can wash it. Like little comments like that. And I'm like, yo, this is not the house for this. Whatever you're consuming online, this is not real life. This behavior is unacceptable. Mind you, my sister is a single mom. She has given this kid every opportunity to just focus on school, which most kids his age, by the time they're 19, a lot of these boys have jobs. Not even just boys, but a lot of people, they have jobs at that point. They have responsibilities. And my sister, as a single mom, has purposely put her career as her main focus to make sure she gives her kids a better opportunity than anybody else in the family that has had. And mind you, he's 19 now, right? 19 years old. And yesterday they got into an argument. Not even an argument. He was talking to my mother about something. And my sister came home from work. She worked a 12-hour shift. And the first thing she said was, oh, I got to get him something to eat. Right? She's thinking about feeding her 19-year-old son, by the way, right? She's like, yo, She calls him downstairs. She's like, "Listen, I have something in the microwave for you." In the middle of him having a conversation with my mom, and my sister's trying to tell him like, "I have food put away for you, for you." He looks at her, his mother. "I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to grandma." The level of disrespect of the people and a lot of these people, when they're online and they're perpetrating all these things about men are leaders and men are this, when in reality that's not.
Let's get a phone call.
If you are not teaching someone responsibility and they're not learning it, and it's crazy to me because it's like you don't have a mind of your own, because now you're consuming all this media and all these men online that's telling you you are a man, you're a leader, you're not supposed to listen to women. Instead of him taking that time to reflect, which most people should be able to do, right? But clearly for some men, they just can't do it. It takes a level of responsibility and maturity to do some type of self-reflection, to be like, yo, I'm 19. I had never worked. My mom is working. She is working to make sure I'm focused only on school so I could have a better life for myself. Mind you, his father is alive. He comes with, says hi or whatever. But rather than look at the woman in his family, whether it's me, my mother, which is his grandmother, or his sister, to be like, yo, they have given me an opportunity to build a life for myself and take care of me. Instead, he's consumed all this Andrew Tate, Kevin Samuels BS. That was gonna backfire, because now you have been living this life of just easiness. Now you need some responsibility. Now you need all of this, because in your mind, just because you're 19, you are a man. That's not what makes you a man. What makes you a man is knowing how to take care of things, responsibilities, controlling yourself. So a lot of this nonsense, like I don't know how some people, like, if you are easily influenced, this TikTok social media thing will completely ruin a young boy's life.
Absolutely.
And it's gonna make them suffer.
Yep. That's why we're trying to do some of the work right now to give them some outlets, something else to consume that's not,
Absolutely, but it's crazy to me that you live in the house with a bunch of women that's helping you, focused on giving you an opportunity, and rather than you do some self-reflection to be like, yo, damn, like I have an opportunity. I have these women that are looking out for me and taking care of me. Rather than see in that way, you're seeing it, yo, my mom's a single mom. Clearly she did something wrong, because that's what all of them preach, right? If you're a single mom, something's wrong with you, or whatever the case may be, right? Rather than see that and be like, yo, my mom's a single mom. She's doing whatever she got to do. My dad's a bum, right? He's not really doing much of anything. He's not teaching me nothing. Rather than look at the woman that's in his life to be like, yo, I appreciate you. It's the opposite.
Yeah, we know the boys have a hard time listening to women at a certain point. It's actually studies done on this that talks about this, but yeah, it's crazy. Hopefully, hopefully we could get help. I mean, hopefully your sister could help him, or your family or whatever, and he,
no, he's gonna get some responsibilities, because you grown. You think you all right? You grown, bet. So you can do grown stuff now, bet.
Yeah. Also, just we might need to do a little bit. It might not be like so much like he needs more responsibilities. It might be just we might need to unpack some of that misogyny and see what's at the root of it, and what's, what's driving it. So, but I appreciate you coming up. I appreciate you coming up. I'm going to speak to this gentleman.
Thank you.
No problem. Baked Blaze, I invited you up twice, sir. You have enough followers to come up. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna mute you for the rest of the live. You can come up and get unmuted if you want to. Oh, Solus dropped. Solus, what happened? Where'd you go? That was crazy. Yeah, that was wild. Public, we know what's at the root. It's the feeling of inadequacy. What up, D Nice? I don't know. as a boy, you feel inadequate. I don't know. I don't know if that's at the root cause. It's just uh, men start dehumanizing women very early. I think that's at the root of it. You know, men start to dehumanize women very, very young. Very young boys start to dehumanize their mothers. Yeah, and that's why when we talk about misogyny, we the same way a white person starts to dehumanize black people when you grow up in a racist society, right? Like in the West, you can say pretty much anywhere, but in the West specifically, you are inundated with a lot of anti-black, anti-China, anti-whatever, right? Rhetoric, right? You're propagandized, and you don't know when it starts because you as a parent, you're like, oh, I'm not talking to my child this way. I'm teaching my child everything correctly. Okay, cool. But your child is watching Disney movies, right? And it's so insidious. It's in the Disney movies. It's in the I was watching something the other day. I was just watching a YouTube video. I was watching a YouTube video the other day with my son. He was watching YouTube and I was just in the room with him. And in the video, one of the people in the video was like, what did he say? He was like, oh, you need to go to work. You're a man. It was the most random, like, I was like, what? It was something like that. It was something like correlating like men and working, and like, since you're a man, you need to work. Everybody needs to work. Don't get me wrong. But I was just like, I was like, what? And it's, you don't even, I mean, you hear, like, as a young boy hearing that, you hear that enough times, right? You hear that enough times and you hear it in that way. It's not like people are like, it doesn't take somebody to like really like instill that into you or hammer that into you. You just hear it like all the time, 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 all the time. Right. And then boom, then now you're 19 years old and you don't want to listen to any women in your life and da 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 da. You know what I mean? Like, that happens all the time. That's what I'm saying. So you gotta be hyper aware of it all the time. Hyper aware of it, especially as a man. You got to be hyper aware of it. But specifically as a parent, you have to be hyper aware of it so that you can like check it in your kid if you need to, right? As it crops up, because it will crop up. Thanks, Jill. That's what I've noticed. That's what I've noticed. So, yes. Every negative behavior that men do far more and are the root cause of it. So, like I've said 1,000 times, almost everything that I hear men say, like jealousy that's, like I've said a million times, that's a female trait, like Jay-Z said in that song. But the people who are the most jealous are men. The people who indulge in jealousy the most are men. The people who commit the most heinous acts of violence behind jealousy or because of jealousy are men. Like, it's men, like, almost every single time. So that's the thing that when we're talking about these issues, I just be wanting people to be so for real when we talk about it, right? Go ahead, Solus.
Yes, hello. Sorry, my internet was going in and out. But yeah, I wanted to share my 2 cents on this topic really quick. I think for families, you lead by example, for kids especially. So if parents are respecting each other in a household, are showing love and compassion to each other, making sure the kids know to respect a woman, to wash dishes, to wash their clothes, basically making them understand that these are the basic needs that every human being needs to know. It's not based upon any role. It's not for just one person to do. I think it's very important. Also for human beings, I think self-reflection is very important. It doesn't matter if you're a female or a male. I think you should reflect on yourself first. You need to understand what you want in a partner, what you want in your journey, in the spouse that you're looking for, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you're looking for. Because if you are clueless, if you don't know what you're looking for, you're gonna attract, I'll call them parasites, basically, or energy vampires. Because you're clueless and you're attracting clueless people to you, towards you, and that's how you get bad experiences. So I think it's very important to actually understand what you guys want within your journey. And every person, male or female, have two energies, feminine and masculine. And I think the basic role of each human being is to balance those energies out. Male, our masculine energy is already in male. They need to learn more about love, compassion, more. They need to balance out the feminine side. That's what you learn from females. And for females, you need to learn more how to command a room, how to be confident, how to speak up for yourself. And that's what you learn from male. So balance those energies out, and that's how you become a whole. And then you can move on to finding your partner, and you will know what you want in a life partner. When you're empty, you don't know what you want in life. I hope it makes sense. It was all over the place, but I hope it makes sense.
I don't subscribe to masculine and feminine energy or anything like that personally. I think that the things that I think most human beings need the same stuff. And I don't think that women are innately born more of this way and men are innately born more of that way on average. I think that there are a bunch of women who are nurturing and, more nurturing than men. I think there's a bunch of men who are more nurturing or could be more nurturing than a lot of women and so on and so forth. But we all need to be nurturing. You know what I'm saying? To me, I think everybody needs to be, especially if you plan on having kids or anything like that. So I don't subscribe to that. But for argument's sake, fine, right? I hear you. That masculine energy, feminine energy, but then you would have to really get into the minutia of what is masculine and what is femininity. Right. No, I don't. What is this guy saying? But hey, Solus, I appreciate you coming up. Thanks for sharing that. The right one said, ask me, public don't believe in biology. You think we the same? Men and women are pretty similar. Do you believe, what do you mean? I don't believe in biology. Who believes in biology? It's biology. I don't have to believe in it. It's real, right? Biologically speaking, men and women need the same stuff. Men and women, what are we talking about? I'm not getting it. Baked, go ahead, brother.
Yo, what's going on, bro?
Chilling.
That's what's up. I was just really wondering, what's your whole take on that? Because I see you on live a lot, and you usually be talking about men's problems and stuff mostly. So I'm just asking, what's your standpoint on this whole thing? What are you really trying to say?
Which group is generally more emotionally mature? 40 votes, 85% said women, and 15% said men. What is my overall take? I am pretty straightforward if you read my prompt. Have you read the prompt?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you get from it?
It just seemed more it seemed gender-based. Gender-based thing.
What's not gender-based?
No, I'm saying your prompt is.
You said it's not gender-based?
No, I said it is.
Yeah. But what do you get from it?
That you believe a gender is, one gender is worse than the other.
Yeah.
You believe that?
I know it to be true.
I mean, you don't think it's a person thing, though?
No. 100% I know it to be true. It's scientifically proven.
My voice sound like this, I'm sorry.
Huh?
But, yeah. Nah, so I would just, that just, so you don't believe in, what? You don't believe women can also have bad traits?
Who said that? Where are you getting that in this prompt?
I'm not getting that from the prompt. I'm asking a question.
I know, but you don't have to ask me the question because I articulated in the prompt. So if you read the prompt and it says every, I know, you don't need to ask if you read, baked. Listen, you don't need to ask me if you read the prompt. Like if you read it and you can.
I want to answer from you as
well. Hold on. The prompt is my answer. This is me. I wrote it. Do you think AI wrote this or something? I wrote it. No. This is my answer. Okay.
You answer the question straightforward right now.
I am, sir. Can you read? Can you hold on, babe? Why are you talking while I'm talking? You can't listen to me if you're.
Can I ask you a question?
No, you wait till I'm done and then you can ask me the question. So
I asked you the question first.
I know. I don't. Hold on, Jackson, get up. Go see. You need to talk to mommy. Okay. So the thing that you're not understanding is in this prompt. It says every negative behavior that women do. What do you get from that line right there? Every negative behavior that women do.
Every negative behavior you are acknowledging that women do have bad behaviors in the prompt. That's why.
Okay. So why are you asking me? Do I think that women can't have bad behaviors when it clearly says that they do have bad behaviors?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
You do think that they can have bad behavior.
They do have bad behavior.
But, yeah, but you think that the reason they have bad behavior is because of men, though?
Yes, largely. I'm saying like almost every bad behavior you can think of in our society right now. And we don't know, and that's the thing. I don't know what it would look like if we didn't live in these systems of oppression, right? I don't know what it looks like. So all I know are these systems of oppression. You dig what I'm saying? So when it comes to these systems of oppression, you name the behavior, and I almost guarantee you we can trace it back to like the patriarchy, to capitalism, to like it's a reaction to these systems. You see what I mean? So at their root, a man is behind it, or a group of men are behind it, or something like that. That's what I'm saying.
I agree. That's just by default in most countries because most of them is ran by men. But
okay,
a lot of them are corrupt. So yeah, I can see how you're saying that, but I just want to make sure that you're not coming from a place of corruption is purely men based in it.
No. Like, anybody can be corrupt. Anybody can be vindictive. Anybody can be jealous. Anybody.
That's all I was really trying to clear up, bro. I just didn't get the point of the lies every day and stuff. I was just asking. Yeah,
I am very explicitly clear in what I'm saying, like I already said in my prompt. If you read my prompt and you try to understand it, then you will clearly hear that I'm not. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second, babe. Hey, Jackson, come here. Come on.
Nah, but you just throwing me up, bro. I agree, though. I agree for the most
part. Jackson, come here, baby. Come here. Get up right now. Come on, baby. No, baby, get out of here. Go. Okay. Baby, trying to watch TV in here. We can't watch TV in here, man. Anyways, so yeah, I'm pretty. I feel like I'm fairly explicit in my and straightforward in my prompts, and that's why I always think it's like odd when people come up here and ask me to explain myself further, because I'm like, I'm pretty thorough. Like I took the time. You know what I'm saying? I know it's like short. You know what I'm saying? And we can have a longer conversation from it.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, when they're like sometimes your prompts just throw me off because they say like every like
I've never said every. I've never said every.
No, I'm just saying every negative behavior. That part that throws somebody off though.
Every negative behavior that women do, men do far more and are the root cause. Can you name a negative behavior that women do that men don't do? No, men abuse children more than hold on. Men abuse hold on. Everybody stop. Okay. You don't come up here talking loud and fast and being wrong. You got to choose a struggle, right? So hold on, Greg. Be quiet. Okay. I didn't ask you to speak yet. I will give you your opportunity to speak. Child abuse is not wouldn't
I'm sitting up, man.
child abuse is wrong. You can go look it up. I'm not going to argue with you about it. But that's not something that women do more than men.
It's 100%.
It's not. Hold on, sir. Greg.
Okay.
All right, cool.
More than men do.
Okay. We got to drop Greg.
Yes, you can say that.
Yeah. Statistically, men do it more. You can go look it up. Yeah. Statistically, men do it more.
Yeah, I've never seen the actual.
You haven't seen any statistics on it. I know. So you just heard it.
Yeah,
the same thing as Greg. Y'all just heard it by somebody on TikTok and now y'all repeating it. But there's a dude, you can go look him up. He's one of my mutuals. His name is Patriarch. He did a video, a TikTok on this, and he cites his sources, and you can go look it up for yourself like I did. They give you the aggregate numbers. You can go look it up. I did it. I did the same thing. Men abuse children more. Men abuse kids more. Unilaterally as well. So women, if a woman does abuse a child, she pretty much only abuses her child, right? Ex-patriarch. Did I say something wrong? Yeah. So they typically only abuse their children, right? And the number one form of abuse from women to children is neglect, first and foremost, which is still abuse, but that's the number one form of abuse. Men, however, do that more. They abuse their kids more, and they abuse other people's kids more. Men abuse children more than women do. Period, point blank. That's proven. I'm not going to sit up here and y'all can argue with yourself. You could do whatever you wanted. You know what I mean? Like y'all can go back and forth and da-da-da-da-da. Like, I don't care. Like, if you don't know that, if you haven't looked it up for yourself, I don't really care to have that discussion with you. But I'm not about to sit here and argue with you in a TikTok live when you haven't looked it up and you just heard it from some problematic person on TikTok. That's all I'm saying, right? So that wouldn't be it. But let's talk about abuse.
Still, my whole thing is, you do believe that some women can just
Yeah, of course, because I'm not an idiot.
Yeah,
Whoever believes that like a whole group of people never do anything, you're a dummy. I'm just telling you that right now. Like you're ignorant. I don't know what to call it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah.
I understand that. You just give a lot of excuses most times though. You usually be like, yeah, that's because men. And then that's where I be like, like sometimes, it can be like some type of self.
Bake, let me ask you a question. Why are what is the percentage of the black population in America? Do you know?
No, not currently.
Roughly
13,
about 15%. Let's round it up, right? About 15%. Okay. What is the population of black people in prison?
20%.
Yeah.
It's more than that.
Yeah, it'll be more than that.
It's more than that. Yeah. So black people, is it fair to say that we are overrepresented when it comes to the prison population?
Yeah, you can't say that.
Okay. Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because we're black? Like it's just innately in us? No, right? Why do you think it is? Do you think it has something to do with our system?
Yes.
Right. So it's systemic. Okay, cool. So yes, definitely individual choices matter, no doubt about it. But there is a cause and effect of social conditioning and lack of resources and so on and so forth that exacerbates the problem. Like criminals will exist in every culture, in every society, in every society, right? No doubt about it. But that number, if everybody has their basic needs met, right, and everybody has an opportunity to thrive, then the likelihood that there is a large amount of people doing it will be extremely low. Like the likelihood of that is extremely low, right? Okay, cool. So if I were to talk about criminality in this country, and I was talking about black people, and I focused on the systems that oppress black people, and I focused on, racism, capitalism, sexism, so on and so forth, would you have a problem with that? Would you say, well, I mean, Every time I hear you talking about black people being in prison, you always giving excuses talking about systemic oppression and you blaming the system and da 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 da. Would you have a problem with me, or would you say like, no, that's fair?
To a certain extent, I say that's fair. That's why I'm not fully against you here. That's what I'm saying. I understand where y'all coming from.
I know, but
just like,
I don't think you actually.
Like, I just need to clear it up.
But Baked, I don't think you actually understand where I'm coming from. That's what I'm saying. If you truly understood where I was coming from, then we would understand. You see what I'm saying? Like there wouldn't be any like, oh, sometimes I feel like you making excuses. When? For what? How is acknowledging social conditioning? How is acknowledging oppression making an excuse?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right now, you're trying to say it's never like you never make it. Like it's never an excuse, right?
I never make an excuse for a whole group of people. It's not an excuse.
You're saying right now that that's why they're doing it, and it's okay.
What?
Okay, so do you believe that men by far?
Go ahead, John. Hold on, let John go.
Men have the most growing to do than women? Yes.
Hold on, Baked. Be quiet. Baked. Why are you mumbling? Let John go. I can't hear him.
I'm reading the comments.
Okay, don't read the comments. Go ahead, John.
Greetings and blessings to everybody.
Hey.
So I was reading your comment, your post. It was pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The statement that men have by far the most growing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I totally believe is based on the environment that one may find himself in. And it's because of all the men that I've grown up with and around.
Don't personalize it. John, hold on, time out. Don't personalize it. I don't care about the men you grew up around.
I'm just saying, in life in general, we all come from different environments.
Couldn't care less. Well, I promise you that is irrelevant to the John. Time out. That is irrelevant to the conversation. How you grew up and how I grew up is irrelevant to this conversation. Completely irrelevant. Couldn't care less about it.
Well, the thing is that I disagree with the part, and I can tell you, men have more. Where it says men have by far the most growing to do. I disagree with it.
Why?
Because I told you, you said to remove my personal experience out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
So is there a statistic that clearly says that men have more growing to do?
Yeah. Who is
women?
I got a perfect, because this is what I just got done talking with Baked about. Get that lady back. Bring that lady back, by the way. She'll probably explain it to you as well.
Well, that's my daughter.
Yeah, bring her back. She sounds smart. So wait, hold on. Here's what I'm saying. So, yes, a statistic. Okay. How would you like for John, how would you like for us to have this discussion? You want a stat?
I'm asking is
why is it? Hold on, wait. Why is it so hard for us to talk? Why do you guys like to talk while I'm talking? Like that's the craziest thing. So, yes, there's plenty of stats, right? But how would you like for me to show it to you? Is my question. What would make you believe it?
Post it, or you can tell me. As a matter of fact, I'll do one better.
Okay.
I'll log off and I will go look and see for myself in regards to the statistic itself, and then I'll come back. So I'll go find it for myself if there's
no. We can have the conversation right now, but I don't like as you can see, I'm not doing a PowerPoint presentation, right? So let's just have the. You kind of are
saying, is there a statistic? You say yes, there is statistics saying this. So what I said is I'm going to log off and I'm going to go look for myself. That's it.
No, but how can you? Listen to what I'm saying, John. What are you going to look up? That's what I'm asking you.
I'm going to look up exactly what you posted.
You can't look it up in that way. That's the point.
Well, no, you can. There are certain words you can use that will probably get the same results that I'm looking for.
Okay.
Because if you can't give me a statistic, then I'm not going to agree with you on your post. This is crazy because you said to remove your personal experience out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, give me some stats.
Okay. So, like I said, what stat would you want me to point you to? Are you talking about like economically? Like, so before we do this, do you believe that there is a system that is oppressive in nature, that is oppressing all working class people, let's say, in general?
No, I don't.
So there's no system in place that is oppressing working class people in this country.
There's a system in place, but does it oppress working class people? Depends on where you're working. Are you talking upper management, CEOs? Everybody works for somebody. Everybody works for somebody.
Okay, this is gonna be a tough one. Okay.
No, but everybody works for somebody, right?
No, but
everybody works for somebody.
That's not true. But here's it. Okay. But here's what I'm saying though. So let me be more specific. Are Black people oppressed?
To an extent.
Yes or no? Because if it's to an extent, then the answer is yes. No. So you said to an extent, but now you're saying no. Okay.
No, you asked me to give you. I gave it to you. You said no. Give you a yes or a no, and my answer is no.
Okay. So Black people aren't oppressed. So there's no oppression in the world whatsoever.
Okay. So you say in the world, that's inclusive of all Black people.
Let's do it. We can, sir. We can do it. We can stick to America, right? Just stick to America.
Stick to America.
Cool. So there's no oppressed people in America.
There are oppressed people in America.
Man.
Are you specifically saying, are there Black people oppressed in America? Yes. Are there white people oppressed in America? Yes, there is.
So now you're going back on your answer. Okay. So.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that if you ask me the question, are there Black people oppressed around the world? Yes. Then you say, hold on, we're going to bring it back to the United States. Are there Black people oppressed in the United States? Yes, there are. And there are some that are not.
So racism, so racism doesn't exist.
I didn't never say that.
Okay, so if racism exists, then wouldn't that mean that every Black person by default would be oppressed in some way, shape, or form? No?
No, that's not true. No. Just because something exists doesn't mean that it has to affect me.
What?
Just because something exists doesn't mean it has to affect me.
Name a Black person. Pick the most outstanding, most exceptional Black person you can think of. Give me an example.
I can't think of his name, but I could tell you what he did. The gentleman that paid off the debt for the Harvard graduates.
The billionaire.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Do you know much about his life? I don't know much about his life, personally.
I know a little bit about his life.
Okay.
After he made that contribution, I went to see how did he get his money? How did he start? So I know a little bit about it.
Yeah, Robert Smith. I knew his name, I was getting him. I think I was getting him confused with Robert Johnson. But yeah, so I'll give you an example. Obama was oppressed? Is Obama oppressed?
No, Obama's not oppressed.
Why do you think Obama isn't oppressed?
Because Obama's a free man. He can go anywhere he wants to and do anything he possibly wants to. He has the finances to do it. So what would make me think that he's oppressed?
Okay. So when Obama was running for president and people were saying calling him a monkey, and when Donald Trump said said that he wasn't born in America and was asking for birtherism, was asking for his
that's not oppression.
What?
That's not being oppressed.
That is a form of course that's a form of oppression.
That's not being oppressed. I've heard people call me a nigger before, but that doesn't mean I have the answer to it.
Wait, that is a form of that's what oppression looks like. That's a part of it. What are you talking about? So when they were hold on, John. into office and said he was going to undo everything that Obama did. You don't think that like, I know Obama was powerful, but like, my question is, I think you're looking at it wrong. My question to you is imagine if Obama was white. You see what I'm saying? Like, imagine if he was a white man. Because I feel like we all could kind of like collectively agree on. If Obama, I remember them getting on Obama for wearing a tan suit for Easter. Clean suit. He'd be 10 times better than Biden. I remember them. Obama didn't have one scandal. If you think about it, as a president, he didn't have one scandal. I mean, I'm talking about personal scandal. He had tons of political scandals because, most of these, all these presidents are freaking warmongers, right? But he didn't have one personal scandal. They were treating Obama like he was the worst person on the planet. They talked about his wife. They said they made fun of his wife. They said his wife was born a man. Are you serious right now? Obama definitely faced oppression, without a doubt. He faces oppression to this day. He faces oppression, still does, no doubt about it, still does. So what I'm not understanding is that if the former president of the United States faces and faced oppression, how could you not understand how you and me face oppression, no matter who we work for? You don't understand that? You're not tracking that? You gotta unmute, brother.
If someone doesn't like me and call me names, that's not oppression.
If it affects your job and they yeah, it does.
Look, if somebody don't like me, even on my job, and call me names, that's not oppression. That
is. When people actively work against you, that is oppression. That's what they were doing. They were actively working against him. A part of it was he was a Democrat or whatever. I get that. But also a part of it was he was a black man. So they were making it 10 times harder on him. That's oppression. We're up to $9, by the way, for the drop. That's oppression, brother.
I'm gonna say this again. Just because somebody doesn't like you and call you names, that is not oppression.
I didn't, sir. If the name calling if the name calling resorts it affects your ability to function in the world, that is oppression. Somebody, the police call it, John, I know, sir, you're missing the point. You guys always miss the point trying to argue. Listen to what I'm saying. You are arguing because you're not making sense. No, we're not. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help you understand a very real thing that's going on in the world. You're arguing against it, right?
We're not using individuals to do that. You said to remove individuals out of it, to remove their environment out of it. So, no, he's not oppressed.
Lord Jesus, help us. We're up to $14. This is okay. We're up to $14, you guys. John, I am $19. $24. What are you? I'm having a very hard time tracking what's going on right now. So explain this to me. What is oppression? What does it look like to you?
Did I lose you?
No, yeah, I didn't hear you. $34. What is oppression?
Oppression is when someone is denied. I mean, legitimately denied.
44.
Something. I mean, you like say for instance, I want to buy a home, and I'm black.
Okay.
And I'm denied the opportunity to buy. I can afford it. I'm just denied it. That's when somebody's able to stop you from doing what you want
49.
to do when you want to do it. That is oppression.
That's not the only way to be oppressed. You don't have to get stopped. Oh, we reached it. You don't have to get they paid to drop you, by the way, brother. Appreciate the cash apps, you guys. You don't have to actually get stopped to be oppressed. If they just make your life harder, that's oppression. Right? Like if you become a doctor in spite of being oppressed, that doesn't mean you're not oppressed. You just overcame it. You know what I'm saying? So Obama overcame a lot of the obstacles in his way. It doesn't mean that he wasn't oppressed. That's not what it means. He had to work harder. He had to put more effort, more energy in. Right? It's crazy. Exclusive self-care for dudes. Exclusive. Go ahead, brother.
What's up?
Chilling, man. Go ahead, exclusive.
What's up?
Chilling, fam.
I had a question for you.
Yes.
Back to the masculine and feminine energy, right?
Yeah.
So my thing was, if you don't believe in masculine and feminine energy, why do you think men do far more and are the root cause of it?
Because of misogyny.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to know that. That's all. I just wanted to figure out like why you thought that. I believe in masculine and feminine energy. That's why.
Yeah.
I believe that men. Yeah. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I'm listening.
No, I just believe that, I mean, obviously men and women both have testosterone and estrogen, but men have more testosterone. And I mean, that's part of, why I believe that I believe that, I mean, misogyny, that's one factor, but then I also look at like just men being like, we're the leaders. We're supposed to be the lead.
Who told you that?
And I mean, that's how I grew up.
That does. What is leader? What does leadership look like? What are the qualities of leadership?
In a relationship, well, you were already talking about in politics and in government how men are. That's where I'm going. That's what I'm talking about. You were talking about how. You guys were talking about how.
Can you answer the question though, exclusive?
Majority.
Yeah. Can you answer the question though? Like, what does leadership look like to you? What are the qualities of a leader?
The qualities of a leader are basically, creating an environment where someone is able to learn from you and take what you're doing and improve their life and be the best version of themselves.
That's a little vaguer than I was expecting. But okay, so how do you create this environment?
By leading the best way that you know how.
But be specific.
Everybody leads. Are you asking me how I lead as a man, or are you?
How would you like to lead, and or how would you like to be led? What are the qualities of a leader to you?
Being able to thoroughly explain things to where the person can understand.
So good communication, patience. Okay.
Patience. I mean, it's like those are a couple things.
Okay, so good communication and patience. Okay. Now you said men are the natural leaders. Okay. Who do you think are better communicators on app? Who communicates better, men or women, generally speaking?
I mean, that's a hard question. I don't think I can answer that one. That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay. So even if it's coming into question, then that would already kind of disprove that men are the natural leaders, because if it's close, it shouldn't be close, would be my point. If it should be men by far. We're the best communicators. That's why we're the leaders, right?
You can be a good communicator, but it's also about putting the action of, being able to put what you know into action.
Okay.
Because someone cannot be good at talking. Like I know people that aren't good at talking, but they know they're not good at articulating, but they know what to do. They know how to take action.
Okay, but I'm once again, I don't feel like you need to add a caveat to what you were saying, because I liked your answer, right? You said communication. I think communication is a cornerstone of good leadership. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Also a part of communication would be what? Also actively listening, right? Being able to actively listen and comprehend, right? So comprehension, active listening, also being able to articulate your points properly so that the other people can understand it. Cool. I think that these are cornerstones of leadership. Okay, now once again, I think women are better at that than men are, right? And I don't think it's because naturally they're better at that, but I just think women in our society they're better communicators than we are, and I think women are more patient than men are too. So you got the two qualities you named. I personally think women are better than men are at both of those things, and I also agree that those are two very important attributes of leadership. So I don't know where you got this idea that men are the natural leaders. Because I can almost guarantee you if you hold on, exclusive, wait, because I can almost guarantee you that if we started to itemize further, if we extrapolate, or if we started to itemize and break down, like if we did 15 qualities, I will almost guarantee you 10, 11, 12, 13 of them women will be better at than men.
Okay, are they better at security and leading by security and defending themselves?
That's not leadership.
No. That's not security. Isn't leadership?
No. Also, because now you're talking about physical. Now you're talking about. Hold on, wait.
Look for men.
Time out. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't know that. First of all, secondly, the group of people who are most likely to defend and protect are women, not men. Just FYI, statistically proven, not my opinion. You could look it up. It's called the bystander effect. Women are more likely to intervene and protect somebody. Things of that nature. Women are more likely to do that, not men. So men aren't the protectors. We also can't be exclusive. Wait, and we also can't be the protectors if we are the people that are most likely to harm. So you can't have it both ways, right? So like I said, I'm being generous. If we name 15, bullet point, if we bullet point, boom, 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 what we find to be, I almost guarantee you 13, 12, 11, it would be women, right? So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see that men are natural leaders. Now, I can tell you why women are that way, and it's because they are conditioned that way, and men aren't. Women are actually conditioned to be leaders, and men are not. Men are told that they are leaders. Women are showed how to be leaders. Men are told we are leaders. You told yourself you're a leader. A man told you you were a leader. The Bible told you really, wherever you got it from, somebody told you you were a leader. Women are shown how to be leaders from birth. They're conditioned to be leaders, right? Because I don't think leaders are born. I think leaders are made.
Yeah, I believe the same thing.
Okay, then wait. Then you're contradicting yourself, because you said that men are the natural leaders. So that would mean we were born to be leaders.
In certain aspects, there's different qualities that shape a leadership person. Like men and women can both be leaders, but there's different qualities in men that women don't have.
Name it.
Like, okay, for some women do, but I'm just saying some women don't necessarily know how to defend themselves.
Stop, sir. Do you see how everything? So I have a quote that I made up. Women earn leadership, men take leadership roles. We haven't earned the right to be leaders. We just took it by brute strength. And that's what you're alluding to right now. You're proving my point. Men are not leaders. If you have to physically threaten a person to be a leader, then you're not a leader.
Okay. On a perfect where there was no crime, there was no killing, if everybody just got along, and in a perfect world where there was nobody, there was no gangs.
When was the last time you needed to defend yourself physically?
In a perfect world.
Exclusive. When was the last time you needed to defend yourself physically?
I'm gonna answer the question. I'm gonna answer your question.
Okay.
But in a perfect world, what you're saying would make sense.
Not even in a perfect world.
Like
in this world.
On paper. But when
self-care. Self-care. Can I ask you a question? When was the last time you had to physically defend yourself?
Never really.
Okay. I'm sorry. I haven't had to defend myself physically in 17 years, 16 years.
High school.
Long time, brother. Long time. That ain't in a perfect world. That's in this violent ass world that we live in. That's in this violent world that we live in right now. Okay. So let's move beyond the threat of physical violence. And most men can't protect anybody. Most men can't even exclusive. Most men can't protect themselves exclusive.
Even we always have threats. You know, the U.S. our country always has threats.
What Regina said.
So you're saying to leave that out? So if there's no men in government, there's no men.
We got $12
military, there's no men
on exclusive.
We have no military. How can a government function when we would just be ran by all women?
I don't know what you're talking about. Women are in the military first and foremost. Second of all,
I'm saying no men at all. So just take all the men away. Just take all
the men away. The world becomes. Well, take all the men away and tear down the systems of oppression. Because if you take the men away, but the systems remain, then the world will look similar to the way it looks right now because the systems will still be in place.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that the U.S. would be as functional and as prosperous as it is ran by the military, the government, all those branches of government, all ran by women and the military?
I think the world would be. I think the U.S. would be better off if it were ran by. I think the world would be better if it was ran by women. We wouldn't because you're missing the point. If the world was ran by women, exclusive.
All forms of military.
Hold on, exclusive. Hold on, brother. Please don't talk while I'm talking.
All right.
Okay. The military is. I don't think that we would need a military, or we wouldn't need the military. We wouldn't use it the way that we do first and foremost, and we wouldn't need this many people to be in the military. If you want to have a military, so be it, right? But more importantly, we would also have to tear down the systems, right? So let's say more importantly than the man or a woman, if we tear down these systems, right? If we tore down the patriarchy, if we tore down capitalism, tore down racism, right? Then the world looks completely different. Then we don't need a military. We don't need borders. We don't need, you see what I'm saying? Man or woman, doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah, I mean, but to get the whole world to believe what you believe, I mean, that would take a lot, but I get where you're going with it, like to change the whole system. Yeah, I mean, you change the whole system, but yeah, that would take a lot.
I don't know what the point of saying it takes a lot, though. So because it'll take a lot, it's not real. It
can happen, yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's exclusive. You're missing my point. It's not about if it can happen or not. That's irrelevant. If it will happen or not, that's irrelevant. I promise you, that's irrelevant to this conversation. What I'm saying is that the in the interim, without us tearing down the whole system, we as men and women, we can make the world exponentially better than it is right now, even within these systems. Go ahead, self-care. We're on real quick, y'all. Thanks for tapping the screen. Let's get over 100,000 likes real quick, y'all. Let's knock out some of these give goals. Bane Cash App. Regina said, please lead them off this call. She put 5 on it. BW followed up Regina. She put 7 on it. That's 12. We need 38 more. Go ahead, self-care.
What's up, brother?
Chilling.
I just think it's interesting. I've seen your live a few times, and I think it's interesting to see the men come up here. And I haven't heard a lot of them that are willing to accept what you're saying. You know? Like,
yeah.
Sorry. It's like they're challenging their ego, their man guard. I call it a man guard.
I like that.
And, you know, we always got the shield up. And I think that's half the problem. You know, I work with men. I've done a lot of healing work of my life. And, you know, I could see a point in my life where what you're saying would challenge me. But where I'm at and all the work I've done, I hear what you're saying, man.
Yeah.
We have by far the most amount of growing to do. And I think there's a lot to do with, you know, maybe we've been working a lot, whatever the excuses are. But I think overall women tend to be perhaps more in their hearts.
I think they're more logical.
And, yeah, and I think men are scared of love. The men I work with are scared of love.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of seems like, oh, is this? It like love makes a lot of men uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and I think that has a lot to do with it, and the healing that men really need. So
yep.
Yeah, man, I dig your work, man, and I do think that we have the most amount of growing to do, and I think on these lives, I think it would also be, I'm not trying to tell you how to run your lives, but I think it would be beneficial for us to also talk about, like, how can men move in the direction of more healing and becoming better men, right?
That's what these lives are all about. How can we move in the right direction? But real quick, I gotta read this. Super chat. Thanks for the super chat, you guys. Midnight Snack says, these men you talking to on here really be outside with us. That's spooky.
Yeah.
That's spooky. What up, Nose? Hold on, bro. Let me. Oh man, this is funny. Okay. Self-care, brother. I appreciate you coming up, fam. Thanks for the kind words. Oh man, my brother, my guy. I don't know where you went, man. Come on back, fam. I was about to let you go. Go ahead, Jesus.
What's up? How y'all doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
Yeah, I just it's a very interesting topic that you always got over here.
Mm-hmm.
I come across your live every now and then. It's really interesting, and well, I do think the general meaning of what you're talking about right now,
mm-hmm.
It is true to an extent, but it's not true like worldwide or nationally all over the U.S. Because you always have your outliers, right? Some people that just don't give in to like the main what's the word? People that just aren't like everyone else, but I do
that don't follow the status quo.
Topic that
I do
agree with you on the topic.
Do most men,
general,
Jesus, do most men across the globe, or I don't know, let's say in America, do most men support the status quo in America?
The status quo?
Mm-hmm.
What, of like a patriarchy?
Patriarchy, capitalism, racism. Do most men support the status quo in this country?
I mean, racism is out of the picture. I don't really think it's the same things.
All of those things are interconnected, sir. Capitalism, racism, patriarchy, all intertwined. You can't separate them.
I mean, racism is a product of capitalism, but it's not the same exact thing. It's kind of like,
I didn't say it's the same exact thing, but they're all intertwined. The systems function. They need each other to function. So once again, do you think that most men support the status quo in this country?
I mean, yeah, but like,
okay, let's start with yes. Okay, so let's start with yes. So if most men support the status quo, right? And men have them also, do men in general have the most control in this country, economically, socially, politically?
I mean, of course.
Okay, so with those two things combined, you don't think men have the most growing to do?
In what aspect?
In tearing down the systems of oppression that hurt everybody, even those same men who uphold them.
How are people being oppressed?
Let's back it up.
That makes sense what you're saying.
Hold on. Is racism real? Do you think racism is a real thing? Do you understand the effects of racism, the patriarchy, capital? Do you understand that?
Of course.
Okay, so if you understand how people are oppressed, then why are you asking me how people are oppressed?
I mean, right now, people are mainly oppressed economically, but people aren't really oppressed racially in this country.
That doesn't make any sense. If you're
nationality?
You said what? What'd you say, Nose?
Jesus, what's your nationality?
I'm Hispanic.
So you don't believe that minorities like blacks and Hispanics are oppressed, or we face racial oppression in this country?
I mean, I do think it's kind of a bit harder for us to climb up the ladder.
That's oppression. That's oppression. Yeah.
I don't.
But let me ask you this question, just to repeat what you just said.
That's
You
more,
said you find it harder for us to climb up this ladder.
It's really oppression.
What'd you say, Jesus?
Oppression is like somebody standing in your way and trying to stop you.
Say what? Say what? Say what?
I've seen plenty of African-American doctors, plenty of Hispanic people in STEM. So
that's not what oppression. Just because people make it through in spite of, I already explained this to you. Just because people overcome the oppression, it doesn't mean that the oppression wasn't there. And it doesn't mean that they won't continue to be oppressed. Those aren't the same things. Hold on, let me read this poll that says, who demonstrates more patience and communication? Men, 3.45%, women, 93.1%, children, 3.1%. I think children should have been higher. Man, be patient sometimes. I ain't gonna even hold you. But yeah, Jesus, do you understand that concept of how you just because, like, so if somebody throws you ever play like Mario Kart? I love Mario Kart, right? I'm a big Mario fan. So when you play Mario Kart, there's like imagine racing in Mario Kart, and like there's this like constantly like you're being hit with the red shell, you're being hit with the blue shell, you know what I'm saying? The boxes in front of you, the bananas in front, and then me on the other hand, there's nothing in front of me because I'm in first. I started off in first place. There was nothing in front of me when I started off, and I just continued on my path. There was very little obstacles, way fewer obstacles than you.
You get a head start too,
and I got a head start. I got a head start, and there's no obstacle. There's very little obstacles in front of me. You don't think, and yes, even if you come all the way from 8th place and you win the race, does that mean you weren't that your journey there wasn't harder? Simply because your name is Jesus, simply because you were Hispanic, simply because you were Black, simply because you were a woman? Are you not understanding that is oppression still?
I mean,
so what's crazy about this whole experience right now is the gentleman at the bottom, Exclusive, said about leaders and communication. What we are witnessing right now is 4 men having a hard time communicating about a topic. And I'm not saying that it's kind of crazy because we're having a simple conversation that's almost sounding like calculus.
And it ain't. And it's everything but calculus. It's fucking 1 + 1 = 2. And it's
it's crazy. We're having this conversation, 4 men on this conversation. This is a perfect example why men ain't great leaders, y'all. We gotta stop fronting. We gotta take the mask off, right? Like literally, we gotta really take this mask off. Go seek some therapy. Really look within ourselves and understand what we are facing. Because this is very dangerous to ourselves.
This is crazy, bro. It's tough. Like, and the thing is that I know that Jesus knows that he's oppressed. I know he knows he is. I know he knows it. I know he knows his mom is oppressed. I know he knows his cousins are oppressed. I know he knows that. But then when I ask you, why are you acting like you don't understand it? Why? Look,
sometimes a family can shelter you from certain barriers and stuff.
I couldn't believe that about him. That's true. It could be, but I don't believe that about him. Go ahead, Jesus.
Quote unquote oppression that
quote unquote oppression.
Talk about
Minimizing it further. Go ahead.
People in my family from overcoming all sorts of barriers.
Who said that? Hold on. Wait, Jesus.
A lot of Hispanic people.
This is annoying. This is starting to annoy me even more, sir. No, once again, no. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse.
What is it?
It's an observation. Observing, acknowledging that we are oppressed isn't an excuse. I'm not, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you know this, right? But, or I don't know if you know this, but do you know, hold on, somebody got a lot of background noise. I got to mute up. Hold on, let me see. I think it might be Nose. Yeah, Nose got a lot of background noise. You mute talk Nose. I've seen people where I come from, they were born crack babies, abandoned by their mother and father, grew up in the projects, barely had food insecurity as children. I'm saying had food insecurity, had learning disabilities that never got addressed because their parents were, the people that was take care of them, never took the time to get them checked out or whatever the case may be. Didn't have any resources, anything like that, right? You can see that child at 10 years old and you go, how are they going to make it? Like what real expectation do we have of making it? We got 10 on Jesus, right? So I'm not so if you're born a crack baby into poverty, no resources, a food desert, lack of education, your parents lack of, what real chance does that kid have? Of course they can overcome it. There is a chance that they can. Sir, if you went to the doctor and they diagnosed you with stage 4 cancer and they said that you had your survival rate is at 10%, are you gonna do the Dumb and Dumber quote, you're saying I have a chance, or are you gonna be like, damn, it's pretty much over?
That I have a chance.
All right. Go ahead, Nose, if you want to say something. This is crazy.
I mean, why just give up so easily? It's easy to give up.
So let me ask you a question, Jesus. What are we giving up? What do you think we're giving up?
What do you mean?
You said why are we giving up so easy? You just made that statement. What do you mean by that?
Just in correlation to what he was just talking about, that example he was talking about of a 90% survival rate, and
no, not a 90%, a 10% survival rate.
Yeah, I got it. Makes sense. A 10% survival rate.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, you can overcome an oppression, right? That doesn't negate the oppression still being there. And for you to say that the systems, the isms of racism, classism, and patriarchy, doesn't really exist anymore is denying that you can see, or it's like you see the truth. But
there's literally black millionaires, and we've had a black president in our generation within the past decade. What other examples do you need that oppression isn't?
So because one person is a billionaire, or 5 out of 30 million are a billionaire, that means that people are. So for every Jesus, so why do we always point to the best of the best? Can we point to the work? Can we point to all the homeless people that are on the street? Can we point to all the people that have unalived from starvation or food insecurity or from heat exhaustion because they didn't have a place to stay? They couldn't stay out of they lived in Arizona or they were downtown LA.
We talk about the lack of attention on African countries at war right now, but no one knows about because they're African countries. Let's talk about real life situation that's going on, because the examples we're giving you aren't hypothetical. These are real life situations going on right now.
Yeah, it's just a weird approach. And so, Jesus, can I ask you a question? Well, you said you're Hispanic, so you're from your family, or are you guys are from Mexico?
I know, from Peru.
Peru. Okay. Why would your family pack up and leave Peru to come to America?
Because it's a fucking corrupt country.
Cool. And since it's a corrupt country, what kind of conditions exist in your country?
Well, people starve. Trash everywhere.
Politicians
are always pocketing
shit. Are there any wealthy people in your country?
Within the country, I mean, yeah.
In Peru, are there wealthy people in your country?
Yeah.
Okay. So if there are wealthy people in your country, why didn't you guys stay? Because there are wealthy people there. So why couldn't you guys make it? Why did you have to leave?
Well, I didn't have a choice. My dad came here.
Why did your dad have to leave?
We just wanted to look for opportunities.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. He under extreme and he didn't just want to come up here for fun. I'm sure he went through crazy hardships to get up here, dangers, threats to his life just to come here. And he did that for what? So he could do what? Because he ain't rich now. So he came here just to have a better life, not even like to be a millionaire or billionaire. He was just like, I got to get out of there because we are extremely oppressed. So my question is, once again, if Peru isn't suffering under oppression, then why would people leave it to come to another country?
Could you rephrase that?
If Peru, if there wasn't any oppression in Peru, would your father have left it to come to America? Let me ask it that way.
I mean, it depends. Anything could have happened.
Oh my, Jesus, please don't be obtuse. Be honest.
Hey,
No, Jonathan, wait.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
Hold on, Jonathan. Wait. Jesus.
Yes, sir.
If you're
from the UK, people that come in from Australia, those are first.
I'm talking about your family coming here from Peru. If do you think your father would have come here if Peru wasn't extremely oppressed? We got 20 or 15, sorry, 15. We need 35 more. Would you have come? Would your family have come here? Do you believe that?
Probably not.
Okay, so back to my point. So if Peru also has wealthy people, then why the same thing you just said about Black Americans? Why didn't your dad stay? Because there's rich people there that should have been enough to motivate him, right? Because there are rich Peruvians. So obviously it's his fault that he couldn't make a way in that country. Obviously it's his problem. He just wasn't good enough at whatever finding a way in a country. Is that is that not wait is that not it's just like it is here now you're tracking now, right? Because now I'm talking about Peruvians. It is a systemic problem.
No, not really.
Okay, yeah, you just talking. Hey, thank Monty, she dropped 35 to drop this Jesus. Go ahead, Jonathan, and then we're gonna get to exclusive. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Yeah, okay. I was just saying that a lot of people don't see oppression because they are continually oppressed. Like I know people who've been abused their whole life. And so like when you see, they accept that as normal, you know what I'm saying? That's just a normal thing for them, you know what I'm saying? So they can't necessarily see the oppression.
Nobody's turning that faucet off.
And then and I wanted to go back to like the current things that are racist in our country. One thing is that Black people don't get investigations. Like if you found a Black person, hold
on, Jonathan. I gotta address this quote. Sorry, Jesus is mad in the comments because somebody paid to have him drop for his ignorance. He says, "Keep complaining, all of y'all. Make excuses for being at the bottom while Hispanics work hard." Sir, I want you to know. I don't know if you know this. Then white people don't like y'all. They don't like y'all. White tea people. They gon' just these systems of oppression don't like us. They don't like us, man.
They were colonized just like us.
To be honest with you, I'm not at the bottom. I live a kind of good life, my bro. So I don't know who's over here complaining. Ain't nobody complaining. We just.
Oh, I'm complaining. I don't know about y'all. I'm complaining, and I'm good. That ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm still complaining because, like I said, sir, this is how I look at it. Y'all, people look at this. People look at it wrong to me. Okay, so though I am where I'm at now, I'm going. Imagine if I didn't have all of these weights that I had to drag and pull just to get to where I'm at now. Imagine how much further I would be. Imagine how I wouldn't be so traumatized. I wouldn't. You see what I'm saying? So I'm complaining.
Yeah.
Because I made it, quote unquote. Yeah, I'm not destitute and Yeah, cool. But I was still negatively impacted. That the life that I led, the life that I led to get here took days, months, years off of my life. The stress, the pressure that I had to go through just to make it here took a lot out of me. It cut my life short. I know it did. It cut my life short, right? And that's cool. Like, who knows? Hopefully I can, whatever. But it cut my life short. My memories aren't as good. I got to do more work. I had to overcome more stuff. And I'm still dealing with it right now at 42. So I don't care that, okay, cool. I'm not destitute. I'm not homeless. I'm not great, fine. But I'm going to complain. I have a right to complain. And also moving forward, it ain't like the oppression is stopped. It ain't like just because I'm here that I still don't have to deal with other forms. We are constantly under the threat of oppression. Always. We are constantly under the threat of the system, I should say. It's constant. It never stops. It never stops till we're in the dirt. So yeah, I'm going to complain. I'm going to keep complaining. I'm going to keep agitating. I'm going to keep bringing it up. until it doesn't exist anymore. But as we gonna keep talking about it, that's how the day you stop talking about it is the day it gets worse, and that's what they want us to do. Go ahead, soul brother. Oh, I'm sorry, exclusive. My fault. Exclusive was next. My bad. Go ahead, exclusive.
Yeah, just real quick. Yeah, I mean, I really I agree with what you're saying and stuff, and I just think about, because we're born into a system that we don't know how to change. We don't know how. There's some people that are informed and they learn about different systems of government and how to change and do what needs to be done to change the system.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us are a product of our environment. A lot of us, we just did things for lack of better choice. You know what I'm saying? So if there's a better choice to take, like, okay, Republican or Democrat, like they give us two choices to make, like one or the other. Like you got to figure out, you know what I'm saying? So some of the choices that you make come down to survival, and we're a product of our environment growing up in a racist system that we have to learn how to maneuver. So yeah.
Hold on, I gotta read this super chat. I appreciate y'all. Let me take a little break for these super chats. Dancing Lobster says nothing but love and respect for you. Please don't give up the fight. I appreciate that. We won't. We in it for the long haul, baby. Penelope, thank you for the super chat. Lauren, Elise, thank you for the super chat. She said, winter is coming and men have no clue. Jesus, that's scary. Paradigm Blaster, thanks for the super chat. And Midnight Snack says again, she said, these flight birds think they are leaders. Damn. Scary. Okay. Go ahead, soul brother.
Yeah, thank you for having me, brother. There's so much that could be said within this conversation. When we talk about men have by far most growing to do, the growth is because we should be the leaders of our homes and communities, et cetera, et cetera.
Says who?
And then we raise up our sisters.
Says who?
That's our responsibility.
Says
so,
who?
With that being said, sure.
Soul brother. Says who? Who says that men should be the leaders? Who told you that?
I believe that is a outside of my spiritual practice, I believe that is the natural order of things.
Based on what?
Based on genetics, based on strength.
What genetically? Wait.
Minds.
Okay. So let's keep it to genetics. Genetically speaking, why should men be leaders?
Because they have the analytical minds to be leaders. This is why we've been leaders since the beginning of time. It isn't by accident.
Excuse me. We haven't been leaders since the beginning of time. And B, men, like I've said before, men did not earn leadership. We took it by brute force. We didn't earn it. Huh?
When did we take it by brute force?
Oh, I don't know. Two millennia ago. We took it a while ago. By brute force, yeah.
Give me an example back in the when we created civilization in Southern Sudan. When were we taking leadership?
Who is we? You talking about humans?
You said men took leadership. They didn't earn it. They didn't have a right to it. That they took it.
They took it.
Saying, give me an example when we took it. It was already there for us.
No, it wasn't, because men didn't.
You are mistaken. In the Southern Sudan, it was the Nubian Nile Valley that created what we have today as civilization, and that came from men.
It didn't.
And women, but it was mostly led by men.
Says who? How do you know that?
That's history.
That's not. That's definitely. Hold on, soul brother. That's not history. At best, it's a guess. At best, it's a guess.
No,
1,000%.
It's a guess to those who don't. It's a guess to those who don't know. But I have studied African culture, African civilization, and Egypt and Ethiopia will tell you that they got their pyramids and civilization from Kushite civilization.
So, I have a question. I have a question for you. So, are you telling me that in Africa, for a long time, especially early on, that it wasn't a matriarchy that ran Africa?
It wasn't a matriarchy, but we did have feminine energy and positions for women.
What is a matriarchy? Hold on. What is a matriarchy? What is a matriarchy?
Matriarchy is when it is the rule of the feminine principle.
No.
And so there is
hold on.
a feminine principle.
You can't even say feminine. It's feminine and it's not a feminine principle. Be specific. What is the matriarchy? What is the system that is the matriarchy? There's a way you should articulate this. It's not, don't use the word feminine energy. That's vague, because then now you need to explain feminine energy to me, right? So I'm asking you, since you said you studied African culture, right? What is the matriarchy? Because in Africa, right? Because Africa wasn't split up into a bunch of countries and territories at one point in time. It was people was just on the continent of Africa, and that's how we existed. It was tribal, right? But we had a lot of the same culture. So I'm asking you again, what is the matriarchy? You got it.
Is the female principle that is in every civilization story of creation.
Be specific, soul brother. Be specific. Be specific. Hold on. Be specific. You're not being specific. You're not being specific. I'm asking you. Okay, I'll give you the answer. Because you don't know it, right? So the matriarchy is a system. Okay, first let's start with the patriarchy so you can understand the difference between the matriarchy and the patriarchy. The patriarchy is a system that is ran by men. Men are at it's two parts of it. A part of it is the lineage is traced through the male, right? Through the male. And in the family, the man runs the family, right? They're head of the family, but also societally, on a societal scale, on a systemic scale, men have the positions of power, and they largely exclude women. That is the patriarchy. Women and children, right? So they oppress women and children. Hold on, let me finish. They within the it's literally in the definition of the patriarchy. That's not my idea of the patriarchy. That's in. So, brother, you can't even pronounce the word. So stop. Now, the matriarchy.
You can clown, but
I'm not clowning. It is a. See what I'm saying? When I say something that is 100% true, you say I'm clowning. How would you expect me to listen to you when you can't pronounce the word feminine? You can't say specific. I'm not clowning you. We're having a discussion rooted in education, right? Meaning a person should be literate. If a person can't pronounce two words, feminism and specific, it leads me to believe this person is probably not literate or not that literate. That's wrong of me. I'm not clowning you. I'm just getting a little agitated because when I'm trying to explain something to you, you have an instant reflex to push back when you don't know what it means. So don't do that. Now, the matriarchy is a system that it's not a system ran by women, believe it or not. It is a system that it is an egalitarian system that is all encompassing of men, women, and children. Everybody gets protected. Everybody gets the things that they need. It doesn't favor any group. It doesn't favor men, doesn't favor children, and it doesn't favor women. That is the matriarchy. It is different than the patriarchy. It is not feminine or whatever you were saying. Got nothing to do with that. That is the literal of these words. You can go look it up right now if you want to, right? So
let me jump in real quick.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. First of all, as you as a brother, I will never clown you on anything that you may have done by mistake or even on purpose, because that gets us nowhere. So I'm not pushing back. Let me finish. I'm not pushing back on you because I feel defensive. I'm just saying we don't need to go back and call each other names or clown each other. I have an accent that comes from a culture that I grew up in, and sometimes I slip into that vocabulary and that pronunciation. So, but I'll give you a good definition. I'll give you a good example of patriarchy in the same system. We would say that Abrahamic faiths are a patriotic system, right?
They're rooted. They're not a system, but they're rooted in patriarchy.
They are also matriarchic because you can't become a Jew unless you go through the female the mother is a Jewish person. They got their teaching from Egypt, and Egypt got their teaching from Cush. So it is not true that matriarch is just a system where everybody is accepted or has equal rights.
Okay, so brother, let's do this. Let's do this. Hold on, wait. Let's do this. Let's do this. If I look up the page and it says what I said or whatever it says, can we just accept that as the definition? And I'll look up the word matriarchy. I'm not talking about so you want to wait. Time out. So you want to redefine the word and the concepts. I don't. Can we just go off of the literal definitions of the words and the concepts? Right? You don't think that works? I'm not defining them by European anything. That is how it looked in Africa. That's what I'm saying. Sir, you don't even know how it looks because you don't. So, brother, I'm sorry. So, brother, that's how it looked in Africa. Got it from. The word patriarchy and matriarchy are observations. That's what you're not understanding. They're observations. That's how you should look at it. There are observations. They observed it and they said, oh, that's what a matriarchy is. And this is a patriarchy. And that's why they have different meanings. Because they observed how they actually functioned in the real world. The actual application of the systems. They saw how they worked. What's that? This is too deep for you to understand. That they studied how the patriarchy worked and they studied how the matriarchy worked. Because how are you not understanding what I'm saying?
You have not pinpointed anything anywhere. You are only giving me a definition from a Webster dictionary or Western scientist, archaeologist. You are not astute in African studies, bro. I can tell by the way you speak. You speak from a Eurocentric perspective, and that's okay. But I'm not talking about European perspective. I'm talking about Afrocentric civilization come from Kush. You don't even realize that, or you haven't.
Sir, you keep talking about Kush.
When you look at Kush, you will see the male.
Sir, I don't care about Kush.
That's your problem.
It's not.
About your own origin. You are brainwashed as a white person in a black body.
Okay. So, brother, out of us two, right? I can tell you unequivocally that there is a problem. There is a disconnect when it comes to education and literacy. I'm not joking. You said I was clowning you earlier. I'm not. It's just an observation. I don't believe you are that literate, personally. You have proven to not be that literate.
You don't even know my resume and what I've done in life. You don't even know the boards I sit on, the offices that I sit on, the court cases that I won. You don't even know me, bro.
Court cases you won? Are you a lawyer?
Of what I've done in civilization, you would shut your mouth and listen.
Are you a lawyer? Are you a lawyer?
I practice law.
So you're not a lawyer. Okay.
You can
okay.
practice law without
so you tell me you
could look my name up, bro. I'll give you my name and you can look it up. It's in the law books. I release people from prison through my cases. Just talks. I actually done them.
What am I talking about? I don't get up here and I don't have a grandiose sense of self.
You're talking about a system that I took down. You're talking about a system that I fight against every day. You're talking about a system that is patriarchal, that is white men ruling class.
Patriarchal?
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the civilization that I went back to and got my nationality from.
So brother, you sound like a hotep. I'm telling you, I don't care about hotepism. First and foremost. Second of all,
that's your problem.
No, it's not. I mean, it's actually not. I'm not. That's not my problem. But secondly, your problem is you're not literate. That's what I'm saying. Like, you think I'm playing with you. You keep mispronouncing words.
If I show you my degrees, you'll change your mind?
I would not. I would wonder, how did you cheat your way through college?
You are talking out of the side of your neck and not out of education and research on who I am. You're calling me names because I mispronounced.
What name did I call you?
You don't even know who
So brother, what name did I brother, what name did I call you?
You know what you've done. You're
No. Name did I call you?
We're just talking about literate and illiterate.
That's not calling you a name.
That is a connotation.
That's not a name.
Illiterate is not a name?
No. Calling somebody illiterate isn't a name. What are you talking about?
Somebody?
What?
Bro. Okay. Okay, I relinquish and say you're right. Go ahead.
Okay, like that's fine. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm just,
has nothing to do with it.
I'm trying to identify where the disconnect is so we can have so we can come. That's what I'm saying. We can't have the conversations honestly. You don't want to have the conversation honestly. You want me to play it and then that you. Okay, so you want me? Okay.
From a Eurocentric perspective, mine does not. I studied at St. Corey. I study from Timbuktu. I study from the Nile Valley. I study from Kush. I study from an Islamic perspective, a Christian, a Coptic Ethiopian Christian perspective. I study from an Afrocentric perspective. You, by your vocabulary and your points of view, you solely come from a white educated background.
What other, so brother, what other, hold on.
He taught you to do that.
Hold on. What other language can you speak?
I could speak Arabic. I could read
the
Arabic Quran.
Speak it right now. Can you speak some Arabic to us? Can you speak some? So brother, stop talking so much. When I ask you a question, be quiet. I ask you a question, you answer it. Now I want to ask you. You speak Arabic. You speak Arabic. Cool. Speak some Arabic to us right now. What does it sound like?
Allahu samad lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad.
Yeah. And what does that mean?
That means say he is Allah, God, the one, the eternal, the absolute. He begots not, nor is he begotten, and there's nothing that can compare to him. That is sure itless. It is the most purest form of Tawheed or oneness. Can you
say welcome? Can you say welcome to my
Aslan wa salam. That means welcome to my house or into my presence.
Yeah. So the thing,
Kayf means how are you doing? Ismat, what is your name? What else you want me to say to you?
I don't know. I was just curious. I was just curious. So it would appear to me that you are better at speaking Arabic than you are at speaking English.
You don't even know if I pronounce the words right. So now
I don't know. That's why I said it appears to me as if you are better at speaking Arabic than you are at speaking English.
You don't even have the perspective to say it appears to be, because you don't even speak Arabic, so you don't even know if I said the words or not. I could have just said Mama.
I don't know. That's why I said it appears to me.
Because that's how ignorant you are of Eastern languages.
Sir, I just gave you a compliment. I just said it appears to me, because I don't know. You're right. That's why I said it appears. It appears to me.
I can't compliment by saying it appears to me that I know Arabic more than I know English, because you're trying to clown that I don't know English, but I know English very well. I was a 17-year-old illiterate high school dropout, went to school in the penitentiary for
31 years. Go.
Got my education. I got an AA degree, a BA degree, and now I sit on the board of the Sheriff Department Oversight Board in San Francisco. I went to court and took the board of parole hearings to court and beat them and released 1,200 youth offenders out of the state penitentiary.
Thanks, brother.
When you talk about literacy, I went to the law library.
Gigi, I appreciate you. She said she couldn't take it no more. Hey everybody, thank Gigi. Say thank you, Gigi. I thought that was entertaining. I was personally entertained by that. Y'all know I'm a sick individual. I like you know I'm sick. I got a problem. Don't judge me. Y'all know I'm disturbed. Okay, don't judge me. Okay, I was entertained. I'm sorry. Mr. Yep, what's good with it?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. I got a homie named Yep, by the way, but he spells it differently. And he's black.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, no, I was just going to say, earlier on, you were talking about oppression, right? You know, that, some folks get, black folks get, or they're in a system of oppression, and it's really hard, right? And I don't disagree with that, but I wouldn't call it oppression. I would call it disadvantage.
Same thing.
When you're born in a system that basically says, hey, if you don't have resources, we're not just going to hand them to you. And if you're at the bottom of that, scale, of course you're going to be at a disadvantage. In the situation,
disadvantage is synonymous with oppression. Yep.
Well, I kind of see it differently, because oppression means that somebody is trying to put you, press on you to say you can't do better.
That's exactly what it is.
Disadvantage means, hey, disadvantage.
Let me ask you a question. If the hold on, wait. Yeah, if advantage is intentional, what is that called? If they intentionally make sure,
disadvantage is intentional. I would call it oppression.
Okay, so you don't think that the disadvantages are intentional in the system? You think they're accidental or coincidental?
I think they're natural because
you think
don't have enough resources to go.
You think black people are naturally worse than what are you talking about? Think about what you're saying when you say it's natural.
So yeah, no, I am saying something that I think makes sense.
Okay.
What I'm saying
Be careful.
Is there are not enough resources to go around for everybody to
Says
have
who?
the same of everything.
Who told you that?
It's common sense, right?
Not common sense.
Just don't have. If everybody wants to have a very luxurious car, it's just not.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Logically, nobody said a luxurious car. You said that there's not enough resources to go around. Basic needs. You don't think there's enough food for everybody?
I think food there is enough.
Okay, cool. Let's keep going. Hold on.
It might not be.
Let's take it. Let's take it step by step. Let's take it step by step.
Right.
Food, yes. Okay. Shelter. You don't think there's enough shelter for everybody?
I don't think there's enough.
There literally are more homes than people in this country, so we know that that's wrong. So there's enough shelter for everybody.
Well,
hold on, not well. That is literally.
No, I mean, I could guarantee you, if all the people that were living on the streets would have a house to their own.
Sir, don't make an assumption. I don't care about. You don't have to like make a prediction. I'm just saying. You said that there aren't enough resources for everybody. Now we know that there's enough food for everybody, and we know there's enough shelter for everybody. Cool. Two down.
How do you say there's enough? How do you know there's enough homes for everybody?
You can go look it up. There are more homes than people in this country. Literally.
I think that's something you're just pulling off out of the air. It's there's not enough homes.
What? There are literally more homes than there are people. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Literally, I'm not making that up. I didn't make that up.
Let's pass on this one. I say no. You say yes.
Okay.
All right.
Fuck it. I'll play your game. There's not enough homes. Do we not have enough resources to build enough homes?
We have the resources, but who's going to pay for those resources? I mean, I guess we're getting back to where are the resources coming to build the homes? Do we not have enough?
Do we not have enough money to pay? In the richest country in all the history of mankind, we don't have enough resources to build enough homes to shelter everybody in this country. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you that if we were all to take money from a pot, right, and put money, through taxes or whatever, and from that pot we had to build houses for everybody who doesn't have a house, we don't have money. That's what I'm saying.
That's not how it works, but we would have enough money with our dollars. But okay, how did we pay for how are we funding the conflict in Israel on the Gaza Strip? How are we funding in the conflict in Ukraine?
In different places,
yeah. How are we paying for that?
You know how we're funding it? We're just printing money.
Okay.
We're basically getting in debt.
Boom. See that? Okay, cool. So we can do it, right? If we can get in debt for a war, why wouldn't we get in debt to build homes for everybody?
Okay, you got a point there.
Okay, cool. So let's keep going. So we got food, we got shelter. What else do people need? Let's keep going. What else do you think they need? Education. Do we have enough money? Do we have enough money? Do we have enough resources to make sure that everybody that everybody in this country can be well educated?
I think the basic education, is there for elementary and I mean, yeah, for the first, through high school, you can go to any public school and you'll get educated. Yes. But
we're still undereducated even with our school system. But do you think that, and we need higher learning as well, right? So,
right.
Or maybe we can overhaul the whole education system. And if you only want to go to school up until high school, then we actually give people the tools that they need to have jobs, right? And train them during high school. So we could change the system though, but we have the resources for that. So we got education, we got food, we got housing. What about healthcare? Do we have enough money for healthcare?
Definitely don't have money there.
Based on what logic?
Not the way it's set up now.
I mean, we would have to change the system, but we would just have to tweak something. Bernie Sanders made a proposal. He said that all we would have to do is tax. He said we would have to tax capital gains tax. Yeah. And he said that would pay for healthcare. I don't know if you know this, that we spend more money on our healthcare right now than if it's cheaper for us to provide healthcare for everybody than the system that is in place right now. That's been proven as well. So we got enough money for healthcare, we got enough money for shelter, we got enough money for food, and we got enough money for education. You told me that we don't have. Hold on. And you told me that we don't have the. And you just told me we don't have the resources. So who told you that?
I mean, getting in debt for billions and trillions.
We don't have to get in debt to do any of these things. We don't have to. We don't have to get in debt to do any of these things. And who are we in debt to, by the way? The Decepticons?
We print money and we get bonds.
And who are we in debt to? Yup. Who are we in debt to?
To ourselves.
Okay, cool. So we're not in debt to anybody, right? Have you ever heard of the phrase quantitative easing?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
You know, you're familiar with you're familiar with that concept.
Yep.
Yeah, and we've done it plenty of times in this society, and it didn't hurt us. So I'm really trying to understand what you're saying. Like, I don't know where you're getting any of this from, and it sounds like you're just.
So there are a couple of things that I think are on paper they look good, but in reality, first, in other words, to do some of the things you wanted to do, we definitely need to get in debt. And so somebody needs to be convinced that we want to get in debt.
How many bases?
Second,
how many military bases do we have around this country, around this world?
I have no idea. I just have
300. We have over 320 bases that we know of. Over 320 bases that we know of. How much is our military budget? How much is our federal?
It's huge. It's like half of what our budget.
It's almost half of our budget. How much money did the Pentagon lose? I think like in the early 2000s. How much money did they lose?
I haven't checked.
$2 trillion. So you mean to tell me that we don't have enough money? You think we have to go in debt?
Right. But what you're suggesting is that just don't fund military at all, right?
I didn't say that. That's a straw. That's a straw man argument. I didn't say don't fund the military at all. See? If you got to lie, you don't have a point.
Come from somewhere, right? So
I just said if we cut the military budget by 60%, we would have money to do all the things I'm talking about, and then some. You see what I'm saying?
Maybe
100%. They've done the math. They've done the math on it. There's a literal number that it would take, right? Okay, cool. Here's what I'm saying. I'm in California. In my state alone, we can afford to have healthcare in my state. In my state alone, we can afford to house everybody. In my state alone, we can afford to pay everybody. We can afford to feed everybody. In my state, we have enough money to do all of these things because the states can't go in debt, right? That's the only federally you can go in. States can't go in. Who are we going in debt to for the state? You don't borrow against the state, right? So we can afford to do it in the state of California. We can also afford to do it in the country of the USA. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know why you need to believe a lie like that we don't have enough resources, but it is enabling.
You have to make choices, and the choices we're making are not towards what you would like to see. They're going to other areas, and so those are the choices that have been made. They're funding other things instead of the things that you value and think are important.
Okay. But I just want you to know that we have enough resources. That's it. So we have arrived at the place where we have more than enough resources in this country.
Okay, all right. Now another point. Okay. So on the point of
and wait, hold on, wait. We didn't complete the point though. And the point is, if we have the resources to do that, but the people in power are actively making sure that we don't have enough housing and we don't have health care and we don't have enough food for everybody. What do you call that?
I call that having different interests.
Sir, yep, be for real. What do you call that? If you are actively making sure that, hold on, listen, let me rephrase it. If you are actively making sure that there are large groups of people, the majority of Americans are at a disadvantage, what do you call that?
Large groups of people. Actually, the people that manage the money are not a large group of people.
I didn't say the people who manage the money, sir. I'm talking about the people who the money affects. Us, the working class, black people, poor people, right? Not saying all black people are poor, but I'm saying black people and poor people, right? So if those groups of people, the 1%ers or the small group of people, are actively making sure that the 99% of us don't get those things taken care of, what do you call that?
I call them not good people.
Yep. Please answer the question honestly. Come on.
I mean,
be for real.
They're making.
The live got clipped on YouTube. I mean, on TikTok. I don't know why. I don't know what I said. I don't know. I don't know what it was. What did I say? What did I say? TikTok, man, they are abysmal. What did I say? Seriously. What did I say? This is crazy. this is nuts. You can't say what did I say? What did I say on TikTok? What did I say? This is amazing. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything wrong. Oh my God. What did I say? What did I say? Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. What did I say? That's crazy. Wow. I'm so, this app is nuts. Wow. That didn't make any sense. That's so frustrating. Peachy Queen, good looking. I don't know what I did. I don't understand what I did. TikTok is really, really interesting. It's really frustrating me. I have no idea what I did. I just want to know what I did. That's all. I would tell me, like, YouTube tells you, like, if YouTube doesn't approve something or they restrict one of my videos or something like that, they give you a pretty, like, body, like a person actually, like, looks it over and they tell you exactly what's going on. But TikTok just says, oh, hate speech. How? Where was the hate speech? But Parker is back on. That's the difference. I bet you Parker's not banned for a week. I bet you I am. I bet you Parker isn't banned for a week, but I bet you I am. I bet anything. I don't know. I got banned. I don't know what I did. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm crazy. I'm tripping. I'm crazy. I'm tripping. That was frustrating. Sometimes I understand it. Thank you, Tisha. Or Tisha. Sorry, I said Tisha. Thanks, Tisha. That's crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's what did I do? What more do you want from me? I didn't curse. What up, April? I didn't curse. I didn't call anybody out of their name. I didn't berate. Like, what? What did I say? I didn't say they were dumb. I didn't say anything. I didn't use any foul. Like, what do you want me to say? What is it? The braids? Jeepers creepers. Get rid of it at this point. No, not yet. I should just get a Patreon account. What does that do? Thanks for the super chat, by the way, you guys. You're a multiple biz owner. I don't know. Maybe I should get a Patreon. I don't know. This is crazy. This is wild. This is wild west. I'm not following. This is crazy. All right, whatever. I'm gonna try to let that go. I just wanted to let everybody know I did get banned. So I won't be on my main account for a week now. That's frustrating. That really is frustrating, y'all. Yeah, TikTok is huge hater. Oh, okay. This is crazy. That was really frustrating. I thought you already had him. Looked like you got him already, Lux. All right, whatevs. Wow. Okay. Go to bingo. They pay and have panels. What's that? Somebody go check and see if Parker is back up. I'm out of curiosity. Is Parker back up? Is Parker back up? Please. I really want to know. I'm very curious. Like, what is going on? Who got Thinker banned? They said Parker is back up. See what I said? That's what I'm talking about. What did I? Oh man, I'm trying not to get with one of those agencies, but at this point, I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do? He got banned, but they said he's back. Your TikTok fam is coming over here. We'll still support you. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Hey, y'all go follow me on YouTube. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for the super chat, Bill. Y'all go over there on YouTube and follow, subscribe over there on the YouTubes, man. Damn, man, that's crazy. Yeah, I appealed it, and they said they automatically delete the live, Asia. I don't have to delete it. I don't have that. That's another terrible thing too. I just lost all that whole live, so now I don't have any like live to post or anything like that. It's like, yeah, it just messes up the whole thing. Yeah, on Patreon, you're because on Patreon you aren't restricted more freedom. Yeah, and I understand that, but it's just hard to get. Yeah, it's just tough. It's gonna be tough, man. Thanks, Adelia. It's wild, man. I'm sorry. That made me upset. I usually don't get upset, but that made me really upset. That was really frustrating. Yeah. All right. Anyways, no, I'm not doing Big O. They got two. Big O's for the cam girlies. I ain't gonna even hold you. Big O's for the cam girlies. Yeah, it's saved on YouTube. It's saved on YouTube, but the audio is different on YouTube, so I don't like it. But whatever, we'll figure it out. You're right. We can still clip it from YouTube. So I can go live on the backup. I'm live on the backup right now, Bill. Public offender 2. Yeah, man. So yeah, that's it. I don't know what the ban was for. I don't know. I think it said hate speech. Yeah, cash out for him, but a lot of gifts. I mean, yeah, I get a decent amount of gifts. I don't get, I get a decent amount of gifts. What up, love?
I think it's doing it for this page too. I just got one of those TikTok prompts. It's like, how is this interaction of this live? Is it positive? Is it negative? Like it's doing that with this one already again.
Interesting. Okay.
So can y'all please make sure y'all are sharing the lives to everybody and just interacting with
My
it.
hate
Send
speech
the
is the black Israelite.
polls and like up the live, guys, because this is actually insane. So just please make sure you're just interacting live because like it's already starting to flag. This one I just got it. So yeah.
I'm curious though, to anybody that knows the agent stuff, what do the agents do? Because I've been trying to get to the bottom of it and I can't get a straight answer. But when I looked it up, it says that they charge you like a percentage or a fee. Is that true?
Yeah, I don't know much about the agency stuff to be real honest. I hear very mixed reviews about that. If anyone has any info on that, drop that in the Discord for Pub. You give them some info, please, or drop it in a DM or something.
That's what I was thinking, Oprah. I might have to just change that. Yeah.
All right, that's all I came up here to tell y'all. So, guys, just please interact with the live and share because yeah, it's already starting to. They're ready to clip this one low key. So just keep interacting, please.
Let's change the prompt. Let's change the wording in here. Because this is I'm at my wit's end, man. They're gonna have to stop banning me every month. I got banned twice this month, actually. This is my second ban this month. So that's it's tough. That's hard to overcome. I just need to also I need everybody to make sure that they subscribe, that they follow my backup though too, because that way, you know, if my backup is, you know, relatively the same. I've noticed that I don't put any effort into growing my backup, and that's my fault. I need to do that more, but yeah, let me do that. I'm going to focus on growing my backup, but this backup's been banned enough times already. This backup's been banned a good amount of times too, so I'm a little concerned about that as well. But yeah. There was a time when I went like months without getting banned, and then when I would get banned, they would ban me for like 5 minutes and 15 minutes at a time. And then they just, because I used to get banned a lot in the beginning, and then they just flipped it, and then they just started like they just started doing it like every, like I would just get it every single time, and I was just like, wow, this is crazy. It's wild. It's wild, 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 wild west. I don't know what happened. Self-care for dudes. Was that the dude that was up there? No, he was up there earlier. All right. I'm gonna end the live soon, you guys. I'm sorry.
What's up, bro?
Chilling, man.
I don't know if you saw what Franklin was explaining, but essentially, if you got that $ in the AI is picking it up. That's what it's flagging. So in your little banner right there, you got it twice. So this account gonna get hit too.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So you could put CA or some other reference to it, but if you use that symbol, it's gonna get you. According to Franklin, that's what he said. So. But I was driving, I couldn't type all that in the chat. So that's it, bro.
All right. Good looking. Let's change it. He be doing a lot, but that's not what it said, by the way. Just so we're clear, when it dropped me, it didn't say that. It said hate speech. So you know what I mean? But I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I'm tired. That actually bummed me out and it made me tired. I don't even have the energy to go on. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh man. I'm sure they are. Yeah. It's frustrating. What's up?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Chilling.
So I want to ask you what your proposal would be, other than these lives, like for men to grow. Because I think debates are helpful, but it also causes a lot of friction, which causes growth in some cases. But I think these men, like, I don't know, do you think they need another approach? Or I was just going to want to see what you thought about this and how we can really see men grow from a ground level.
I mean, my proposal is for men to recognize that, you know, like that we have a lot of work to do, and then start to do the work, right? Like, how do we do the work? I talk about that all the time. How to address it, how to go about pathogeny, so on and so forth. I literally do that all day long. That's built into my platform. So yeah, I already do that. But like, I mean, me personally, I'm doing my part. I don't know about, you know what I'm saying? Like whoever else, you know what I mean? Like I spend a lot of time, I put a lot of energy into this. So, you know, I mean, maybe ask yourself that, or ask somebody else that, or ask another man that ain't doing anything about it. And I don't expect everybody to do, you know, to be like a voice or do, you know what I mean? Like not everybody has the time, not everybody has the ability, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't ask people what they're doing, like for anybody else when it comes to this stuff. Do what you know, do what do whatever you need to do to grow. Like that would be my, you know, whatever it is. If you need to pick up a book and read, go to therapy, listen to your spouse, listen to your kid, like I don't care. Do whatever, right? Figure it out. But the first thing you got to do is recognize that you have a problem. And that's and most of my lives are just trying to get men to see that we have a problem, to be honest with you.
Right. Yeah, I guess the men that I see, they're doing the therapy, they're doing the meds, you know, they're doing the usual stuff that's offered in society, and it's not helping them. You know, it's very surface level support. It's, you know what I'm saying?
Therapy is surface level?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It addresses like your emotions, to sit with your emotions, you know, things like that, but doesn't address like the spiritual aspects, as you know. It doesn't go into the deep traumas, into the, you know, facing your demons and spiritual warfare. You know what I'm saying? Like the real root causes of these things. You know what I'm saying?
I completely disagree, because I don't believe in spirituality. Okay. So you would have to explain to me how a person who, nope, not even a little bit. So you'd have to explain to me how a person who has.
You've heard of the term facing your demons. You've heard that term, right?
Yeah. Like, there's a bunch of terms.
What do you think that refers to?
Doing the shadow work. Which is a term like in therapy, or I guess like it's coined, a phrase that's coined in therapy. It's like getting to the parts that you want to hide from everybody else.
Right. And what do you do with those?
You address them. You unpack them. You meet them head on. You see, you figure, you have to find out what they're, you have to figure out where they're coming from, right? You have to bring them out. You have to and then you have to figure out where they're coming from. Like, what are the root causes of them?
Right. So facing your demons. So it is a real thing.
Spirituality isn't a real thing. Like you could call it facing your demons. That's just a phrase, right?
So you think we're just mind and body, not spirit?
I just told you I don't believe in spirituality. I have unpacked my spirituality, religion, all of that stuff. I deconstructed it. I don't believe in it at all.
So you just believe in mind and body?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm doing the work. So obviously what you're saying it's not true. Like I would, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't pertain to me. Right. So either I'm still doing it, like, because some people will try to like still try to make that like, well, you are doing it, but in a like I'm not. Like, trust me, like couldn't care less about spirituality or religion or that. Nothing like that. I'm talking about real issues that most of them were caused by my material circumstances, growing up in poverty, being abandoned, being neglected, so on and so forth. I talk about those things. Though that's where the vast majority of my traumas come from, if not all of them.
Yeah, that's good.
And then I'm like, okay, that's why I act like this. Oh, damn, that's where it comes from. And then I work through it, right? I accept it. That's where I let go of the anger or the anxiety or the hate or whatever it is, and then the behavior goes away. That's usually how it works for me. So
yeah, I guess it's just important to know that that's pretty rare.
Yeah,
that's pretty rare. Like I think, men, they're not really getting the help that they really need from therapy, or else we would have better men. That the help that's offered out there isn't what men need.
But most men don't. But not even close to half of men go to therapy though. So,
well, and the ones that do, they end up going to it for, they keep going and they keep going and they keep going and they never make any progress.
Because men don't listen. Because men don't listen. Men argue to the therapist. Therapy doesn't work if you go there and lie, which a lot of men do. Therapy doesn't work if you go there and don't listen. So it makes sense. It's not that therapy doesn't work, it's that the men aren't allowing it to work. They don't let it work on them. Right? It's like, like when you take antibiotics, you're not supposed to drink alcohol, right? Because it kills they say it messes with the antibiotics. That's basically what men are doing when they go to therapy. They take the antibiotics and then they drink alcohol. They go to therapy and then they lie. You're canceling out the therapy if you go to therapy and lie.
Right. So for the ones that don't lie,
they get help. They get better. The ones that don't lie and go to therapy, they get better. The ones that go to therapy and lie to them and continue to lie to themselves, because therapy gives you the tools to, like, I've said this analogy a million times, but so therapy is like going to IKEA. When you go to IKEA, you don't buy that chair already put together, right? You buy the chairs in a box. You got to go home and put it together. They give you the materials, they give you the tools, then you go home and you put the chair together. That's what therapy is. So therapy gives you the tools, it gives you the materials to build yourself up. But you got to do the work outside of therapy. You got to do it on your own. And a lot of men don't do the work on their own.
It's a lot of efforting. I think, like, there becomes a point where you do the work and it's a lot of effort, because men, we're efforters, right? We, I think overall we like to work, like to get things done, right?
I don't think so.
But then the point,
54. I think men are lazy for the most part. 56.
Yeah, in some cases, sure. But I think
hold on, self-care. Listen to what I'm saying. If men aren't lazy, then explain the systems of oppression. Explain racism, slavery, explain the patriarchy, which was built to extract the labor from women. Slavery was built to extract the labor from Black people.
Yeah, so,
right?
Well, just on your subject, I think, like, a lot of us are workaholics. We work constantly.
I don't agree with that.
Well,
men are checking out every day. More and more every day, men are dropping out of the workforce. More and more. The largest demographic of men that are dropping out, I think, between the ages like 19 and 27 or something like that. Like, they're dropping out. Men don't want to work. Historically, men haven't wanted to work. Men are lazy.
I think that's because of the mental health issues.
I think it's because of the system. Yeah, I think it's because they're seeing a lot of it. But then,
because I didn't work for a couple of years. I took some time off work to heal. And you could say, oh, you're being lazy, but I was healing.
No, I hear you.
So if you're doing the work, then that's good. But if you're not, then that's not good. But I think the mental health is causing men not to work, but they need to take advantage of that, and heal. And so my thing with therapy is it's not working for a lot of people. They go for 20 years and they're still in the same spot. I talk to people all the time. I work with men all the time. And I think that's where a time comes where, you need to surrender to help from something bigger than yourself. That's what I'm saying. And that's where I've seen men get the most amount of help. They do it in prisons, it's like you surrender. And I know you don't believe in spirituality, but it's like when men are relying all on their own effort and they're fixing and doing, even if they're doing the work, right? They're relying all on themselves and their own understanding. And I think that it's not working. It's proven not to be working. And I'm not saying religion is a solution. You know, I found healing through a relationship. I think it's a big difference. You know, I think it's a huge difference. You know, religion's control, agenda.
So basically men are just codependent, because you either got to find it through Jesus, or you got to find it through a woman or another man. I don't care, but you got to find it through somebody else. And I think that that's a problem of men as well. So that doesn't look like healing to me. Personally, you might be in a better place, but I'm just saying, like, to me, a healed person would be able to do it on their own, and they wouldn't need somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. So I hear that. So I've suffered from disease, mental illness, depression, anxiety, bunch of different things. I healed from all those things. Okay.
I haven't.
Yeah. So I've experienced extreme suffering. I don't say that to brag or anything like that. Let you know where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
And I tried for years to fix it. Right. I did all the therapy. I did all the normal things that man has to offer, all the things in the system. And it wasn't until I truly surrendered that I found healing.
Surrender to what?
Does that make surrender to God, surrender to Jesus.
Yeah,
surrender for that inner healing of my heart.
Yes.
My heart space. A lot of days crying, a lot of days, you know, getting to know something bigger than myself. You know what I'm saying? And accepting something that isn't just me, right?
Yeah, man.
Because when I leaned on my own understanding, where it led me to a further, deeper, darker hole.
Then that means you didn't understand then. Because I was, so I was religious for a while, you know, pretty much my whole
life. I'm not religious.
Well, if you believe in Jesus, you are, right?
No. You got to understand, man, there's a big difference between religion and Jesus. Jesus rebuked the religious leaders. You've been in the Bible.
Yeah, but it's still
the religious leaders. He didn't come to start a religion, man. You know, it's very important to understand this. He rebuked the religious leaders. You know, religion is the thing that creates division.
And where did you get that from? From a Bible? What? I'm saying, how did you know? How did you learn that about Jesus?
It says in the Bible, and just from my own walk with religion, like,
you wouldn't know what Jesus did through your own walk. You would only know it if you read it somewhere, right? Because you don't talk to Jesus. He doesn't talk to you physically. That'd be weird, right? So you learn it from.
Actually, no. I mean, I was under huge, like, I was getting mental attacks, demonic attacks. I mean, the spiritual world is very real. You know what I mean? Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, and you know. Yeah, I have had encounters with Jesus that I can't explain. I mean, it's wild, man. Like, I don't do drugs. I used to, but I'm healthy now. You know, like I said, I've gone through disease and depression, anxiety, all the things I don't suffer from. Excuse me. And like I said, I was on the meds. I used to take a bag full of meds. I'm on no meds, no supplements, no diets, nothing. I tried everything man had to offer, man. I was honest in therapy, all that stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it didn't work. And it's not working for people. It's not, man. We're a medicated society, dude. We lean on meds. We lean on therapy. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is that we don't lean on religion. We lean on God and Jesus that runs within us. And that's where you find true healing, right? Because our own understanding, my own wisdom.
Yeah.
Come on.
I would disagree. I'm going to push back a little bit. So as a person that has deconstructed his religion, I would say that when I was religious, I was my most lost. When I was religious, I was my most anxious. I was my most judgmental. I was my most
religion. Yeah. Me too.
When I
religion, man.
Yeah.
Religion's terrible.
When I followed Jesus, same thing. So what I did
you
was
said earlier, Lord Jesus, help us. You said that earlier. I was like, oh, okay. You said that
I
earlier
don't take anything if I say something really, that's for effect. I don't I couldn't care less personally. But yeah, so so after I unlearned my religion, unlearned or deconstructed my religion, and I lost my religion, like REM would say, I became a better person. That's when I truly started to heal. When I actually stopped being afraid of the things that were inside of me, and I stopped looking outward, and I actually started to look at the bad parts about me, and I'm still doing it. It ain't like I've stopped doing it or something like that, or some guru or something. When I started to do that, that was when my life got better. That's when my mental health got better. That's when my understanding got better. That's when my patience got better, so on and so forth. That's when I became less judgmental. That's when I became more accepting, which all were affecting my anxiety and my depression, right? Because looking at society like this is, I'm in the world, I'm not of the world. I'm most certainly of the world. This is most certainly my planet and our planet, and we share it. And the things that I do on this planet affects everybody else, and blah, da, 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 right? Like, so all of those things help me to be more connected to humanity. The religion separates you from humanity.
Yep.
Right?
I completely agree.
Following Jesus separates you from humanity.
No, it doesn't. No,
it doesn't bring you closer to humanity, though.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No.
I disagree.
I'm just saying, there's a big difference between religion and relationship, man. Religion is division. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And if you fall into that religion and these religious groups, mm-hmm. and they're so judgy because they think they're holier than thou and all that, holier mm-hmm. than other people. Right. And maybe they have done the work. Right. And so they think that, but that's the religious spirit that Jesus rebuked. Mm-hmm. Jesus is the most understood person I think on the face of the planet, man.
Misunderstood?
Misunderstood.
Okay.
Yeah. And when you really get to know him and walk with him, man, it's not religious at all. It's such a beautiful experience that I think gets so construed, man. And so what I'm saying is that what's going to really help these men, it's not religion. Right. And it's not the current system. It's not meds. It's therapy ain't working. Hey, man, you did the work and you're still doing the work, and that's great. But what right now to help men is not working. Right.
I disagree. I think that men refuse to get help. I think that's what the disconnect is. I think men actively choose not to get help. That's what I think. I don't even think that. I know that to be true, because most men don't seek help. And the men who seek help, most of them they go to because masking is such a common part of being a man. It's such a normal part of being a man that men go to therapy and mask in therapy. So it's like I said, it's the same thing, going to your doctor and lying, right? Oh no, what are you talking about? I've been eating vegetables and fruit this whole time, knowing you've been eating bacon and sour cream sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? Like, and cottage cheese every night. Like you don't do that. Like you do up in the test. Like that's the thing. And that's what men like, but in therapy, it's harder to show up in that way, because the men can mask and they can go to therapy and they can be like, oh yeah, I understand. Yeah, no, I get it. They can even trick the therapist. Happens all the time. Therapist thinks they're making progress. They're not. It happens all the time. You've been in prison. You know that. What about the men? How do men get paroled? Is that not what they do? Oh, I'm a healed man. I've changed. Oh, God. Oh, yes, I found Jesus. Oh, yeah, I found Allah. Oh, yeah, I found Buddha. Oh, yeah, no, I'm a changed man. They get out and they reoffend. Happens all the time. Because the material world is way more powerful than the spiritual world. 20 times, a million times more powerful than the spiritual world. A million times more powerful. But I got to go, and I'm going to tell you something. I love it. And I say this about religion because my dad, and it's one good thing that my dad said to me when I was religious and when I was spiritual and I was on my journey. He said to me, because my dad's an atheist too. But he said at the time, I love the man that you're becoming, and I love the person that you are now. And if you got there through Jesus, then I love Jesus too. And I was like, that's cool, right? I respect that. That doesn't mean he doesn't follow you, but he's like, hey, if that's the thing, if that's the things you need, if that's what you needed to become the person that you are and to become a better person, who am I to tell you that it doesn't work? Who am I to tell you it was something else? I believe you. That helps you. But I don't think it's good for most people, to be honest. Therapy, I think self-awareness, I think education, I think resources. I think these are the things that'll actually heal us. I think reparations, I think apologies, you know, I think these are the things that are actually going to heal us. I don't know about any outside of that. Maybe coin toss. I don't know. But yeah, brother, I appreciate you coming up. Self-care. I'm going to end the live soon. So, oh man, my YouTubes are frozen. Sometimes I don't be in the comments, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't be there for all of that stuff. I don't get to hear all of that. So I love it. So
reading them comments when the host guy came up here, boy, we was ripping him a new one in them comments.
I couldn't read. Hey man, hey everybody, everybody on the YouTubes, I appreciate you. Thanks for all the super chats today. Thanks for everybody liking the live. I will be back tomorrow on YouTube and on TikTok, obviously. On my backup page, the Public Offender 2. Go follow the Public Offender 2 for as long as that one lasts. I don't know. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to even be more. I'm gonna have to tone it down. We'll see. Moving forward, I made an adjustment. I'll do it again. I appreciate you, Womanish. Thank you. I appreciate all the mods, best mods in the business. Thanks, PR. I appreciate you guys.